Mr. Mayor, thanks a lot for joining us this morning. Give us the overview to begin, if you would. What do you make of this? What happened yesterday and why?
Well, what happened yesterday was an assassination which we haven't had since Officer Byrne in 1988. Officer Byrne's brother was a good friend of mine and worked for me, and I know the family very, very well. We haven't had an assassination murder like this in a long, long time. There's no question from the words of the killer that this was connected to the Garner and Brown matter. It could be connected in an insane way, but it's not unfair to create a connection between these two things. And it is certainly true that we have been treated to about 3 or 4 months of propaganda about how the police are the enemy, the police are the problem, that there's a major problem between the police and the black community. I call it propaganda because the reality is the police interaction with communities is a reaction. It's not the cause. The cause is why those police officers were there yesterday. They were moved from one precinct to another because there was more crime in that precinct. They were there to protect the lives, in this particular case, of black people in that neighborhood. And the reality is that the problem here is citizen crime. In inner cities, it happens to be black crime. In other places, it can be white crime. The problem here is not police interaction. Police shooting a young black man, if that happens 1–2% of the time, that's a lot. A black man shooting another black man is 92% of the time. So if you have a black child, if your child is African American, and you're an African American father, and you're worried about your son being killed, why would you talk to him about the 1% of the time, which is the police, and not the 92% of the time, which are all those other people in the neighborhood who are the ones that are more likely going to kill him? And why would you give this false impression to people that the police are the problem? I am a very big supporter of police reforms. I think they should have cameras. I am a big supporter of training the police better. You know something? That's not going to save more than 1 or 2 lives, if that. Now, if you want to start going into what the real problems are, that's where the time should be spent. That's where the effort should be spent. Why is there so much crime? Why are they killing each other at levels that are that high? I'm talking about in the case of the black community. The black community, if you want to talk about the white community, we can talk about the white community. I put as many white people in, when I was U.S. Attorney, I put so many mafia people in jail. I used to have Italian-American groups protesting me for being anti-Italian-American. I was hardly anti-Italian-American. I was trying to save Italian lives. I am hardly anti-black. I'm trying to save black lives. And you're looking at the mayor who saved more black lives than any mayor in the history of the city. And he did it on purpose because I really care about the children that live there. I don't care about the stupid propaganda and the lies and this ridiculous myth that police are a danger to the black community. The police are saving the black community.
And yet, Mr. Mayor, we're going to keep you over here and have you stick around on our show because we want to address those very issues coming from President Obama, Attorney General Eric Holder, and Al Sharpton. When we come back after the break, if you're just joining us this morning, former Mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani, is joining us. We'll be right back. More Fox and Friends in 2 minutes.